bit. Yeah, it's been almost 2 weeks. Thanks for being here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've lost it. I was gone. I had friends visiting, and then I was gone. And then I started my new job yesterday, but I started a new job. And so I haven't had as much time to film or watch videos or anything. I'm sorry. I feel like this is super low energy because I filmed it before and it didn't work out. So I reached 1,000 subscribers. It's super weird. Thank you so much. It's literally unbelievable. I quite literally don't believe it. I don't think it's real. It's probably gonna go down a bit. I don't know. It's yeah. So, but thank you. Please comment. I love it. I mean, subscriber count is cool, I guess, but really the most fun thing is the comments. I know I have been actually really bad, and I think I haven't responded to comments on my last couple of videos because I've been busy. So maybe I'll do that this afternoon. But I do really, really appreciate them, and I want to talk to you guys, and I want to be friends. I'm doing this because I want bookish friends. So yeah, I am gonna do my Q&A answers finally. I'll probably film that this weekend because I have work tomorrow and Friday, so I don't really have time during the week anymore to film. But hopefully this weekend I'm able to do that. So yeah, is that all I wanted to say? Oh, yeah, sure. I did want to mention a couple of stats type things. I am still doing horrible. My goal is to be reading 50% or less US and British authors, and I'm at 68%. My average page count, the book length, is less than 300, and I am above the 50 pages a day average that I'm trying to be reading though, so that's good. And I'm only one book behind on my Goodreads goal because I read a lot of graphic novels last month. And I read no BookTuber recommends book last month. I did not read a Dominican book last month. And I only read one book from the 52 Books Around the World Challenge. So I'm kind of failing a little bit, but I don't care that much. So I guess that's good. At least, I'm not super upset. Hopefully I'll do some more reading. I just didn't feel like reading very much last month. I really had to force myself to finish the things that I did finish. Anyways, the first thing that I read was The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I thought this book was absolutely incredible. Shirley Jackson is a master. She creates the atmosphere of the book that she has created. I feel like it kind of reminds me of Sarah Waters' The Little Stranger. It has the same kind of feel. This gothic, creepy house might be haunted. You don't really know. People are kind of being weird. It's very unnerving and unsettling, and I thought it was really, really fantastic. If you like creepy things, I would go for it. I was reading this by myself in the middle of the night, and a centipede scuttered across the floor, and I lost it, and I had to run upstairs and crawl under the blankets. But then I had my eyes peeled open because the centipede went inside of the vent, and I was like, it could be anywhere in the house right now. I don't know where it is. It has nothing to do with the book except that it heightened my anxiety. The next thing that I finished was Laughter in the Dark by Vladimir Nabokov. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry, Michael. It's been a little bit. I already forget how to pronounce it. Nabokov. You know what I'm talking about. He translated it himself. I did a full book talk about this, so I'm not really going to discuss much. You should watch it, though, because this book is really, really good, and I just don't have time to tell you all the reasons why it's good, but we're following Albinus, who falls in love with Margot, who's a 17-year-old. He's a middle-aged to older, I don't know. He's an older man, falls in love with a 17-year-old girl, and things happen, and it's so good. The characters are so good. The plot is fantastic. It's just so good. He is brilliant, and he puts all of these hilarious, funny things in. So please, you don't have to, but I would really recommend that you watch it because I think it would persuade you to read it. The next thing that I have is The New and Improved Romy Fetch by Julia Elliott. I know that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about this recently because of Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings had raved about it and loved it. So I won't really go into much detail except in case you don't know, we're following Romy Futch, who is a taxidermist whose job is kind of failing. His wife has left him, and he gets invited to participate in an experiment, and he does participate, and then things happen, and it's really good. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I just was a little disappointed, I will admit. I was expecting something much stranger than what happened. Not that it wasn't strange, I guess it was, but I didn't think it was as weird, like I was hoping for weirder, if that makes sense. I think my expectations are just, I have very high expectations when I hear a lot of things. Like creepy and weird are my two key words, and when people say them, like if multiple people say them about a book, my expectations just like, and then it doesn't. So it was really good though. The writing is very good, and the story is super. This is definitely a plot type book, and it's super interesting. The next thing that I have is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This is my book club pick for the month. I'm going to be discussing it, well, you know, for last month. We're just like late, and we're discussing it tonight. And I thought this was really, really phenomenal. We're following a 15-year-old boy named Christopher who is autistic, and he finds a dead dog in the middle of the night, and then he decides that he's going to be a detective, and he's going to solve the crime of who killed Wellington, I think is the name of the dog. And I just thought it was fantastic. I related to this kid on so many levels. Like, he kept talking about things, and I was like, oh, that's how I, you know, and it's like, oh, but you're autistic, so now I'm confused about who I am as a person. I don't think I'm autistic. I feel like I would know by now probably, but I feel like I might be stuck in some kind of, I have like a very strong inability to lie, or, you know, so anyways, it was really good. I would really recommend it. I think it's so sweet. It's a very, very quick read, and it's fantastic because like the book is like he's writing the book because he's detecting, and all of the chapters are prime numbers, which I love. I used to also be obsessed with prime numbers when I was younger. I just think that they're really rad because you can't divide them by anything. And then I got sick of them because they mostly end in threes, or not threes, yeah, 3s, 7s, and 9s, or like the digit that they usually end in, and so I got kind of sick of it because it was too much 3s, 7s, and 9s. But it's really cute. You should read it. And then the next couple of things that I read, were Choose Volume 3 and 4. 3 is Just Desserts, and 4 is Flambe. I don't really remember much. I was very tired when I read these. I gave them both 3 out of 5 stars. You probably already know what these are about, but yeah, we're following Mr. Tony Chu, who works for the FDA, and his partner, and they are trying to investigate things. Yeah, I already forgot, but they were fun. I might have to like restart the whole series before I get to the next ones. Definitely not a waste of time, just not like absolutely phenomenal. And then something that was absolutely phenomenal was Lock and Key Volume 1. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This is by John Layman and Rob Gullery. And this is by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. In case you don't know, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. And this was so good. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think I put 5 on Goodreads and rounds it up because it was so good. So good. If you like horror or dark things, just like, I mean, it's not that, I guess kind of, because the dad dies at the beginning, like, you know he dies at the very beginning, but, yeah, I can give you some, as like the first couple pages. We're following the Locke family, and the father is murdered at the very beginning of the story, so the mom and the 3 children go move in with the uncle, his brother, and things get really weird. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. I was reading this on the plane, and the guy next to me was like, what are you reading? And got super intrigued because Yeah, I think it's really good. It's a great first volume, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next ones. And the next thing and last thing that I read was Chess by Stefan Zweig. Don't quote me on that pronunciation because I'm pretty sure it's wrong. It's translated by Anthea Bell. He's a Austrian author, so this is translated from the German. And I thought this was also absolutely phenomenal. It doesn't remind me of The Haunting of Hill House, but they both have the same, and it kind of happens like in The Shining, but it's like, everything's normal, but then is it, like things start to get weird and you can't tell who's sane 100%. I mean, everyone's sane, but it's just really good. I don't want to tell you anything about it, though. You kind of just have to trust me because it's so tiny. Do you really want to know what it's about? Chess is a big part of the book. The narrator is basically this guy who's going on a boat, cruise ship. I'm sorry, on a cruise ship bound for Buenos Aires. So there's like this chess champion that's on the ship, and then some like super rich guy's like, I'm gonna challenge you, and so they start playing chess, and then someone else kind of like creeps in and is really good at chess, and then things happen. It's not a lot of plot, though. I will say that. This is more of like a, ooh, what's happening in your mind type of story. But it's so tiny. He's an Austrian author. I really, you should trust me and go get it. I thought it was so good. Michael from Knowledge Lost also read it recently and really liked it. I don't think that I am smart enough to talk about this, and the things that I want to talk about it, I personally think are spoilery, and I want you to experience them for yourself. But if you feel like reading a novella for some reason, you should bump this one to the top of your list, please. Or not. That's cool too. So those are all the things that I read last month. Sorry for rambling. I hope everyone had a good month. Let me know what you're reading. Again, I'm super behind on videos because I was out of town, and now I can't watch as many videos because I have an actual job, so I can't do what I want when I want. And yeah, I missed you guys. That was weird.